Hi, I'm Tiffany, founder of Evolutionary Consulting. Through partnership with Rogue Workforce Partnership, I'm here today to talk about control and where we place our attention when it comes to control. One of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves is the ability to be present, to be in this moment, in this experience, in this sensation, what's happening right now. When we learn to be present, we stay engaged with our own state management process, our own ability to catch ourselves and observe ourselves as we move into autopilot, as we move into default modes, and decide, I think I want to do that differently. So, for example, if I catch myself, if I'm able to observe my body and observe my brain going into an automatic mode when I feel anger. When I feel angry, I do these things. If I can observe that and stop that and be present with that, then I can say, I think instead I'm going to practice deep breathing, or I'm going to take a moment and walk away from the situation and come back. I can be present and in choice, which is a really powerful place to be. Another way that we see this happen is we can interrupt the constant mode and monologue of the self-critic that happens in our brain. We can observe it, be in choice with it, and say, I think instead I'm going to run this script. I have a affirmation or a mantra that I'm going to run instead. We can choose that. That's a matter of us training our brain and deciding, this is where I want to place my attention, and I'm going to do it on purpose. I want to introduce you to a model called the circle of control. I think it's a really powerful visual. It allows us to see what we have control over and how we focus our attention on that, and what we don't have control over and how we can let go of that. Let's start with the center where it says, I can control, and so I will focus on these things. That line to me, that line about, and so I will focus on these things, that is me being in choice about where I place my attention. I have choice. I can bring my attention to my breath. I can slow my breathing down. I have choice over my words, how I use them and what I say. I have choice about how I engage in self-care, whether I stay later and work or whether I leave at 4 or 5 so that I can be with my family, or I can go on that walk, or I can do that thing that takes care of me, whatever that is. I have choice over my actions, and I have choice in setting and keeping my boundaries. That I can place my attention on. Outside of that, what we see is the things that I cannot control. And in parentheses there, it says, and so I will let go of these things. Again, that's a place that we are intentionally placing our attention. I am letting go of this. I simply do not have control. So things we don't have control over are most of the things that are existing around us. Other people's feelings, other people's behaviors, their words, their actions, their thoughts. I believe this circle of control model is so powerful because it's a reminder to me about where I place my attention. If I am continuously placing my attention on areas where I have no control, I'm layering on my own stress and my own discomfort and my own pain. And what that means is that I'm activating my own stress response over something that I have little to no ability to change. In times of stress, now with the pandemic, with COVID-19, so much can feel like it is out of our control. And it is. But what is within our control is how we show up to this experience. And I said this earlier, and I'll remind us again, that this work is simple, but it is not easy. This is a constant redirection of my attention. It's a constant redirection to say, how do I want to be right now? When I leave work, how do I want to be with my family? How do I want to be with me? When we feel those challenging emotions, when we feel like I wish I could do more, when we feel like pre-pandemic, I would have got so much more done. Those are all times where we can come back to the only thing we have control over, which is this present moment and how we engage in this present moment and love ourselves, provide ourselves with self-care, choose our mantras, choose our affirmations, choose our breathing, and be present in this moment. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the amazing work that you're doing. Take care.